What's up everyone, Zero here. So about that time of the league where I wanted to put together a quick video just going over some basic profit crafts. And I like to keep these real simple and make it to where most of the time you can just spend a small amount of currency and make big returns. The first one that I wanted to go over was the flask crafts. And I've gone over this before in a previous video, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention it in this one. What you want to do is you want to search for any flask that is over level 83, because those are going to obviously roll the highest mods. The flasks that sell for the most are the ones that have a corresponding suffix on them. For example, if you have a Bismuth flask, what you would want to do is roll tier 1 elemental resistance on it. For a granite flask, what you would want to do is roll T1 armor during effect on it. And the prefix that you're looking for is either gains 3 charges when hit by an enemy, increased duration, or increased effect, reduced duration. Those are the 3 prefixes that you want to get on these flasks. As you can see here, I have some already crafted. With these ruby, sapphire, and topaz flasks, you can pretty much just get multiple different modifiers on it, but they all sell for a decent amount. As you can see, this one has gain 3 charges and a low tier 1 roll of elemental resistances on it, and this is on a ruby flask. And this one is selling for anywhere from 50 chaos to 1 divine. As you can see here on this topaz flask, I have reduced duration, increased effect with a low tier 1 evasion on it. And this one's going from anywhere from 165 chaos to 1 divine. Now you can buy these bases for very, very cheap. 5 chaos, 2 chaos, whatever it is. And you can make multiple divines just by using alteration orbs. So I have a regex for this already, and I will put that in the description for you guys. So that way you can just line up all your flasks, put the regex into the keyword slot, and you can just spam your alterations across the flasks until one of them lights up. The next one I want to talk about is a really, really high return craft. And this one costs a little bit more, but it's well worth it. So what you want to look for, let's pop over here to the trade site. So what you want to get is item level 83 on a small cluster jewel with 3 passive skills, and the passive skills grant 6% increased mana reservation efficiency. Now, as you can see here, they're going for 30 chaos each. What you want to do, and I've also mentioned this in a prior video as well, but this league, it's very, very rewarding. It's well worth it to do it this league. You want to use a primitive resonator with the bound fossil for more aura modifiers. And what you are looking for is introspection with 3 other modifiers. And since armor stacker is back on the menu this league, it could be elemental resistances, it could be armor, it can be evasion, it can be all attributes, it can be any combination of those as long as it has introspection on it and it has 3 passive skills. And these are all low tier rolls. And as you can see here, this is selling anywhere from 6 divine to 20 divine. So you go from 30 chaos to at least 6 divine on that. And you can even go further than that. If we look over here at Craft of Exile, you can see here what tags are next to which prefixes and suffixes. So let's say you wanted to add introspection, so you would use the bound fossil. And let's say you wanted to get a better chance of getting attributes on there, you could just use a potent chaotic resonator, and you could use a fundamental fossil with the bound fossil. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it'll let you kind of target the craft a little bit more. The next one I want to go over is Vaal Axes. This one was given to me by somebody in my chat, so shout out. This one really blew me away. I guess what people are doing is they're using this for the recombinator, but what you want to do is you want to get any one that is above level 84. And what you are looking for is either T1 physical damage or T1 hybrid physical. As you can see here, the T1 Fizz is going for 4 divine. This one's going for 7 divine. It has the memory strand on it. This one's going for 2, for 3. Just depends on what kind of roll you get. But these things are extremely cheap and they drop all the time. I have my loot filter highlight them. So I just pick them up off the ground and I just spam alterations on them. This one is a little bit more nuanced. It takes a little bit more alterations to get to T1 Fizz. or T1 Hybrid Fizz. There's a very simple regex for it, so I will put that also in the description for you guys. Then you just line them up like I have here in my tab, and then I just spam the alterations until one of them lights up, and then bam, you have yourself 2 to 3 divines. The next one I found on my own, and this one's kind of interesting. It doesn't sell as fast because not a lot of people do heist, but they do sell. What I do is I get any kind of arrowhead. It could be level 4, level 5, or it could even be level 3 for Huck. But I go over here to the Harvest Crafting Bench, and I will put this in here, and then I will reforge speed. The higher the tier you get on job speed, the better. And what you're really, really looking for is high job speed with the haste aura. So it'll say grant level 15 haste aura. But as you can see here, one's selling for 50 chaos, or one's selling for 1 divine. It costs a little bit more because you're using the vivid crystallized life force, but you hit it very, very often. The ones that I did, they sold relatively quickly. Not as quickly as the cluster jewels or the flasks or the axes, but they sold pretty quick. And this is something that you can just pick up while you're doing heist, or you can go buy them for very, very cheap. The higher the job speed roll, the more it's going to be worth. And it's just an extra bonus if you get the haste aura on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I've been doing for profit crafting pretty much this league. I mean, I've been able to fund 3 or 4 characters now. I have a mageblood. I'm working on this armor stacker build now. So yeah, things have been going really, really good. Right now, I just spent a bunch of money crafting items and buying items for my armor stacker. So I was able to craft this armor and this helmet. I'll put a video out about how to craft the helmet for you guys, because the ones that are out there are a little bit old. And I'll do the same thing I usually do, where I walk you guys through why we're doing the steps that we're doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope that helped you guys out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.